Hey yo guys, Haku here with my review of the One Piece anime episode 737. And this one was the first part of the Sabo backstory chapter, but being covered in the anime. And I'm going to throw in before I start that tell me if you guys want me to see if I can cover any other anime week to week. I think I'm going to start Kisniver, I think that's the name of it, but I think I'm going to start covering that week to week. Throw any suggestions if you have anything else you want me to maybe check out. Beyond that, I've got to say that, man, this was good. And you all know, if you've been watching me, I'm not a huge fan of Sabo at all, or at least I wasn't until this episode, and this only covered half of a chapter. This only covered half a chapter from the manga, but it was still so good. I really like this one. Getting into it, starting off, I can smell a new One Piece opening coming soon. I don't know when, maybe even like a month or two from now, but in One Piece terms, that's pretty soon. So I'm ready for a new opening. I like Hard Knock Days, but I've said it a million times, I'm ready for a new one. Also, going into this, I was really pumped for this because it looked really nice from the promo. So we start out in Carta, east of Dressrosa, or east in Dressrosa, and that is where Kiros's house is. And we are all in Kiros's house, and we've got Bellamy there, and I thought all that was really cool, how it was more explained, and they added more, it felt just more, I don't know, together in the anime. I liked all of the stuff they added for this episode, like, pretty much half the episode was just added shit, but the added shit was so good. Like, it really fit, and it took what was there, it took the skeleton that the manga provided it with, and it gave flesh to it. Not that the manga isn't great and didn't do great, it's just that this did what the anime is supposed to do and really fleshed it out and made it into something better and more detailed, which is what it's normally supposed to do, even though occasionally many anime, including sometimes the One Piece anime, fail to quite do. So I thought that the animation looked really nice from the very beginning, as we get Sabo coming in there, and Sabo meets Zoro and Frankie. I thought that was cool to note, and we get a little bit of info on CP0 and that they are coming back. And then, of course, the music and the sound effects were really great as we get to going back into the incident that happened to Sabo. And again, all of the incidents parts, that was actually reused animation, but it was blended so well and it looked so nice that it didn't seem like it fit. And it's been so long that we've seen it that it seemed like it fit. It was really good. I think that was a way to do the flashback, even reusing the animation, that was done well. So, Dragon saving Sabo was hype, of course, but what was also hype to me, I absolutely loved seeing Ivankov again. I friggin' love Ivankov. It was really cool to see Inazuma again. The hype from Kumo being there was like, the hype was real. I love Kuma as well. And of course we get the confirmation that Sabo had memory loss, and that is of course why it makes sense why he wasn't there to try to save Ace. Why he hasn't shown back up until now. That's the explanation. And at first, to me, it seemed like a bit of an ass pull, and still, it is a little cheesy. It's a little kind of something that's been overdone, but it does make sense, and it's not something terrible, and it's not something like One Piece does very often or anything. So while it's cheesy in other manga or media in general, here it was not so bad, given that it's something that is pretty rare. So this next scene in the manga, no spoilers of course, but in the manga we only just got to see a frame of all the allies sleeping in the Colosseum, and that Cavendish was chained up or whatever while he was asleep. But this, I really liked, that we actually got to see them going, or that we got to see the Colosseum allies going into the palace. I think I called it the Coliseum. But we got to see him going into the palace and getting ready to go to sleep. And we got to see the really funny moment where we see that Bartolomeo remembers about Cavendish's power with Hakuba and ties him up, chains him up. So I think that was really cool to actually get to see it rather than just assume it happened off screen. Now, it was really cool to see the sort of montage with Sabo as a kid getting trained and learning. That was really hype. I liked seeing him with Hack. I liked seeing him and Koala as kids. All of that was really, really nice. And the music, of course, was good. It was fitting. And I thought the animation was pretty good, too. This was very good quality for the One Piece anime. This is what I feel like it could be, what I feel like it should be week to week. And then, of course, for the end, we get to see something that, again, wasn't in the manga but was amazing, which was to see the revolutionaries fighting a country. That was really freaking awesome, and especially to see Sabo with all the hockey and stuff at 17 years old. I'm feeling the Sabo hype. This episode was great and really got me to like the character a lot more than I did. Again, I liked the character, I just didn't like it very much. And now I like him more than that. It's not like I hated the character or anything, but I thought this was really, really good. I thought it was hype, and I thought all the little things, like seeing Cavendish being tied up, the food mentioned in Kyrus's cabin, all the little stuff that they added was really good, and even the big stuff too. All the stuff they added was really hype, I feel, or some of the stuff they added, like the more of Kuma and Dragon, it was just so good. This is a great way to do filler, a great way to... They only covered half of a chapter, but they did it in a way that was a lot better than a lot of their episodes that cover an entire chapter. The animation, the sound, and the music were all really great. They were amazing, and for me to love this episode means even more knowing it's a character that I don't particularly care that much about, and it's only covering half a chapter, so for me to actually like it and to like it this much is a very good thing. This was really good work. The literal only thing that I can call a drawback on this, because I'm not even going to call the pacing a drawback, because even though it only covered half a manga chapter, I still felt like the episode itself moved along really well. So I'm definitely not going to call pacing an issue here, even though it covered so little of the manga. The only issue I saw with it is the reused animations, but they were blended in so well that you could barely tell. It was very difficult to even tell that they were reused. The few parts that were, there weren't very many. So definitely thought that this was on the high end of One Piece, or the high end of the Dressrosa arc of One Piece when it comes to single episodes. Of course, it was not the best by far, but it was very, very enjoyable. So I'm actually going to give it a really high score for me, which is 8.5 facial scars out of 10. I start to feel after a while that when you compare the numbers I give certain episodes to each other together, that they're going to be a bit arbitrary, and episodes I liked more might actually get lower scores than ones I didn't like as much. So it is kind of odd, and I feel my numbers do get arbitrary at points. So sorry about that, but I think it deserves a relatively high score because it was really enjoyable. I did like it a lot. So that is it for this video, this review. Definitely like if you liked it. Comment down there, tell me what you thought of the review and what you thought of the episode, and if you have any suggestions on other anime you want me to check out, stuff like that. Suggestions on discussions or anything too, I guess. Subscribe for more One Piece, both the anime and manga, and a bunch of other stuff. Follow on Twitter for updates. I'll tweet out whenever I'm posting a new video or something gets pushed back or anything like that, just to keep you all updated. I thank you all so much, so very deeply for watching, and I will see you all next time.